Hey everyone, it's Anna at Jonestead Farm. As you can see, we're out in the garden tonight. Once again, we're supposed to get rain tomorrow, and I really love to put stuff in the ground right before a rain. We tilled one more time, got the soil nice and loose as you can tell, and I have planted some Hale's Best Jumbo Cantaloupe. I do heel these, which just is mounding up the dirt. I've got 2 mounds of these. Over here, I did Sugar Baby Watermelon, and I did 2 mounds of it as well. I also did the Early Prolific Straight Neck Yellow Squash. We plant that every year, 2 mounds for it. And then here, I believe that is pronounced Cocozelle Striped Zucchini. I planted that last year and it did really well. 2 mounds for it as well. When these plants pop up, I will cover them with the weed barrier. I did that last year and it was amazing to come outside to pick my vegetables and not have to stick my hand through a bunch of weeds that had stickers on them too, to be able to get my vegetables out. There's still a lot of garden yet to plant. I still have my green beans to put out. I'm going to be doing dragon tongue beans and blue lake bush beans. These will be fine as far as how far apart the mounds are. I mean, if the vines intertwine, it's going to be okay. I've never had an issue with that. Plus, the vines will be on top of that weed barrier. So that was just great last year, and I'm going to continue doing that. Here are the rows of potatoes. We had a really good rain day before yesterday. It doesn't look it. It gets dry, plus the wind helps dry things out. The onions, I have more onions to plant. I think I'm going to wait a couple more weeks before I put the second set out. That way there'll be a length of time between those, so I'm not trying to get them all at once and try to put that many up all at once. Plus they're 2 different kinds. This is one of the potato sprouts, or you could say tubers, and it's doing fine. Sometimes when you put these out like that, they can get a little burnt by the sun because they're just so long, but that's what my potatoes did this year. Girl, what are you doing? My rogue chicken. She's the one that always finds a way out. And she's going to come up here in my garden and start scratching everything. I got to try to get her back in. And keep an eye out for that hawk since she's out. Up where you see the white plastic bag is where I planted my squash, zucchini, sugar baby watermelon, and the cantaloupe. We still have all this to plant. So she's having fun in the freshly tilled garden, getting all the bugs. Just as long as she stays out of my potatoes and the seeds that I just planted up there in the hills. I'm gonna have to get her back down there before she does get into it. Tonight in my raised bed, I planted beets and lettuce. Might be a little bit too late for them because we don't really have much of a spring anymore. We have a couple of weeks of cool weather, rains, everything greens up, and then bam, it just slams you right into the heat of summer. So my peas are doing pretty good, and hopefully the beets and the spinach that I planted right here, they'll do okay. Hopefully we still have enough cool weather to get them going. It is beautiful out here this evening. Just a slight wind, which is so nice. Getting the grass cut. We did till the pumpkin patch. I can't explain how much of a blessing it is for us to be here out on this property. It was a dream of ours for 30 years. We've been married for 37. And although it came a little bit later in life for us, I think it was God's appointed time. Earlier I mentioned about I had put peas and spinach and some beets. They're a golden beet in one of my raised beds. This one right here, I'm not sure exactly what all I'm going to put in it. I do know that I will be putting in some cucumber seeds to trellis up the cattle panel. My tan green stalk, I'll be using it to put herbs in. The rest of it is sitting right there right now. I do have the bags of soil ready to put it together. Our last frost date, I think it was like April 26th. But we usually go by Derby Day, Mother's Day around here. That does not mean we may not get a frost after that. So I'm getting ready to put that together. And I have some other little things right here that I'll be putting rosemary in. On the other one right here, I'll be putting in some sage. They grow pretty big, so I wanted them to have a larger container. Also in the garden, I need to figure out a spot to put my tomatoes. I don't know how many tomato varieties I'm going to do this year. We'll see. I do really enjoy having these raised beds. In the future, if we're able, I do intend on adding more raised beds for things that I do not need to grow in bulk, such as green beans and potatoes. By getting more raised beds, I'll be able to do more sitting instead of standing and bending over, because it is getting harder on my legs. So that will be a blessing to be able to add more raised beds in the future. We are definitely at the time of the year where it is get a move on and get those seeds and those seedlings and those plants in the ground. I love this time of year and I am ready for it.